welcome back to episode 4 of Hourglass Trails. We are looking into creativity through the eyes of an artist and then musicians. I am going to be with Procheta now, and we know that there are different forms of arts. So we know only few and understand very little about it. So can you tell me, like in terms of being conceptual art, abstract or pop, what kind of art do you do? And you mentioned something about contemporary art. So exactly what does all that fit in with what you do?
I guess any art technically that's being made right now would be contemporary art.
Okay.
And that has a world of its own, and I guess especially being at university, I'm kind of functioning in that context anyway. The thing that stands out the most about that is the fact that it kind of like stands at, it's not just about making pretty pictures, but about what it's about, the content.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
So is it like, I mean, as non-artist myself, I would wonder, is
You're
your
not a
art,
non-artist.
I mean, is this abstract? I mean, this is not still life, but what kind of art is that? I mean, as I see, it's a blending of all in your art. That's exactly when I am looking at it.
Yeah, I think those labels are kind of disappearing.
Oh, really? Oh.
I would say so. I'm not saying that one couldn't look at something that is purely abstract and obviously that is, you would call that abstract. But even those like that language is changing. Earlier you had mentioned that red symbolizes something and white symbolizes something else. So even that is challenged. Like red doesn't just have to symbolize one thing. In fact, red can symbolize something for me that could be so personal that you might not even know exactly what I'm using it for. So yeah.
Okay, now, that I was thinking of, the medium that Vincent van Gogh used in his work, the little tiny streaks all over his painting. Have you noted that?
Yeah.
And evidently just a few days ago, I read somewhere that recently they have discovered that he meant to show the energy or the life of force in those tiny streaks. But I was like, I mean, what would you say? And he was said to be showing energy of life. So, but I think whenever we create something, it's a song or a story, is a force of life that's coming out through the individual. So do you think that life or the force of energy is evident in all kind of arts, and whether even it's not labeled as abstract or anything? Would you see it through your eyes as such?
I think one could say that.
One could say that. But it's interesting, you said that these things are disappearing, about the labeling of abstract or conceptual art, pop art, but are we getting some new names for the new forms of the arts that we are having?
There is, installation art, there's painting, there's figurative painting and non-figurative. There definitely are labels for the convenience of language and communication, but they don't have to be super fixed.
Okay. One more thing, at one time when I did my high school, and it's not only me, I think it works for many people, it's a big question. I mean, I was interested to go to art school, but in our family, we are not exactly always plentiful financially. So actually, I dropped all my plans because at that time, that was in Bangladesh, art supplies were horribly expensive. And even after coming to America, I see it's still very expensive. So what would you say to new people who are digging into art, where is the best places to get your art supplies?
Yeah, art supplies can be expensive. A lot of people actually make art with found materials, like especially with installation art. They, in fact, just yesterday there was a visiting artist who gave a lecture, Sarah Brauman, I think, and she makes all of her pieces with materials that she gets either at Goodwill or it picks up from dumpsters.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are doing that. They're fabricating with different types of found material. A lot of people, in fact, there's a famous painter called Rakib Shah. When he was in art school, he was so broke that he changed his style of working just so that he could work with something that is affordable, and that is now selling for like, I don't know how much, but
Wow.
I'd like to say millions of dollars, but I'm sure it's not exactly million. Or who knows, maybe. So yeah, things are expensive. It really depends. Like I work with oils and I can't change that. It is the price that it is. I don't personally find Amherst to be the best place for art materials. There's a store in Northampton, there's Michael's, there's a school store at UMass. It's easier to find stuff in the city.
Okay.
Amazon.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Now, when you paint, do you do that? What kind of moods do you select? I mean, whenever we're in a creative mood, things seems to be so heavy on us. Are you in the mood to do your work? So you write poems also, and are there special times that you do your work?
I can't.
Very interesting thing you say, because I often think of Tagore. You know, I mean, our literary bard was very wealthy too. So I often look at Virginia Woolf, the writer, like they are two different worlds, and many other writers and other artistic people. There's a difference between when you have to think of your bread and think of your creative self. That's very interesting observation. I mean, people, if they can, tend to be luxurious. Maybe, I don't know if creativity would be more there.
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I guess also you're asking me this question right now while I'm in school, which is a luxury itself.
Yeah.
And I go to a state school, which means that a grad program at UMass really takes the financial burden off, but then you also have to put in, because you have to teach classes. So on one hand, you do have a rigorous schedule, but at the same time, this is my everything right now. So I don't need to take a break. I'm immersed in it. Whereas when I was out of school and I was working crappy jobs, I don't know if I'm allowed to say crappy.
No.
Okay.
It's okay. It is who you are.
I think that's when it's very tempting to like want to wait for a mood. And that comes into the picture,
Thank you. And Dorothy, just can you tell, you already shared the nighttime person you are so on and off, you have inspirations. So is there anybody like specially you follow, we tend to often follow our forefather steps. Is there any musician that you
I definitely have mentor musicians. I wanted to say in response to what you all were saying that I read a helpful book 2 or 3 years ago by a local writer, Christian McEwen, wrote World Enough and Time. And this is not about your economic situation, but that committing time for that creative force to have a way. And that has made quite an impression on me. So yes, you have those wonderful magical moments where the inspiration is with you, or the muse, as they say. But definitely it takes going to workshops and doing the work and writing down your ideas and trying to make the rhythm work and working with other musicians.
That's wonderful to know. Thank you so much.
Sure.
It's that time of the show when we're going to be back with music soon, but before that we'll see a little bit of Procheta's art. Can you hold it up, Procheta, a little bit? So this is, I see your frames are very small. Is there any particular reason that you draw the miniature art?
It kind of evolved and came from, I don't know if it's just a result of a natural process. I used to work really big before, and somehow I ended up working really small. But then again, my work is definitely in, like I reference a lot of miniature traditions in Persian art, like Mughal
Yeah, yes, I have
miniatures,
seen- yeah,
Persian
you
miniatures,
remind me of that too.
but as well as manuscripts, like Western manuscripts. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is my philosophy about the creative process, called Don't Wait for an Easy Ride, all right? When something's calling you inside, don't wait around for an easy ride. You could be waiting around all day, so take that first step and be on your way. When something's calling you inside, don't wait around for someone else to drive. You might be waiting around all week when you could be making progress on your own 2 feet. You might be waiting around all week when you could be making progress on your own 2 feet. When something's calling you inside, don't wait around for an easy ride. You could be waiting around all year, or moving into action and getting in gear. This is your life to live, and you have your own gifts to give. What eggs will hatch, what seeds will grow if we take a deep breath and get up and go. What eggs will hatch, what seeds will grow if we take a deep breath and get up and go, get up and go, get up and go.
Awesome.
Awesome, the words and all, oh my God.
So that's my new song, and it's to inspire me and anybody else to
It
do
does.
whatever's calling them from inside. Okay, this second song I wrote after my mother had died, and some
so
of my
sorry to hear
heroes, you know, and all of us have mentors that have inspired us, and we miss them, but my mother sent this message. I'm gonna be with you in a different way now. It's a mystery somehow, but true. Sometimes when you're walking, you'll feel a little breeze. That's a gentle hug from me to you. When you wake up bright and early, and you open up your eyes to the color in the sky, it's just me there saying hi. Or as you fall asleep, you'll sense something calm and deep. It's just a sweet dream's kiss from me to you. From me to you, it'll feel brand new, but we'll always be together, like the air is part of weather. When it seems that we're apart, I'll be right there in your heart. Closer now than ever, just a different point of view. When you're caught in the rain, soaking wet from all that rain, I'm pouring all my love on you. Or when the air is dry and you see a butterfly, I could be saying hi to you. When you notice a new bird song, stay a while, I'm near. When the snow is gently falling, feel my love is here. When you find a quiet moment, close your eyes and see. If you sense me right there with you, just imagine you're with me. Just imagine that I'm there anytime or anywhere. Close your eyes and say a prayer, or laugh and give a cheer. I'm just changing my form. We're just learning a new norm. We're just taking different points of view. And you know I will always be with you.
thank you, Dorothy, for sharing that awesome songs,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
two of them, and we pray that your mother soul may rest in peace, and for that matter, all the people who have left us, may their souls rest in peace. And I was wondering, and we have published a book for children's songs, so when are you going to do the adult one?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Yes, so here, after I retired, I put together this Curious Songs for Curious Kids, and it's a CD with 19 songs,
Wow.
all original, and many of them based on true experiences. And as you know, I do keep writing, and I don't know if I'll be doing a whole new album, which I would love to do someday, or whether now, as you said, the technology is changing all the time. Now you can release a song on YouTube and share it, and you know. So I'm thinking about how to share new songs, whether to go this route or just put it out there.
Put it out together. But we pray that you get the driving force inside you, so that we see the book very soon.
Okay, thank
Now,
you.
Procheta, I'm wondering, I mean, you have to divide all those multi-creative talents in you in different ways. So suppose if you had a choice between your poetry, and the book's name of the book is Born Again, and I have read them, and they're amazing poems. It's on her website.
Great.
Procheta's website.
I will look forward to that.
And it's amazing, we can read them there. And the curatorial writing you do and the art, who should you give more preference? If you are after a student life, you have more life, you have time in your hand, would you pursue your poetry more, come up with another book?
I definitely want to keep writing. Obviously, one wants to continue doing, well, not, I can't speak for one. I want to do all, but I don't know. If I had a gun held to my head and they were like, okay, you're going to write or paint, I think I'll choose painting.
Okay, that's exactly what we need to know.
That's what.
And so, thank you very much
Thank you.
for joining my show. You made my day, Procheta. And
It was
Dorothy,
so nice to meet you.
I'm very happy to get to know you, and thank you, Tulip, for providing this
you're
program
welcome.
for all of us to learn more about our own community.
Yeah, I agree.
And Dorothy, thank you very much for giving me this all-time time. I know you were just back from a long stay outside and still made it. And
I'm
you were
happy to
blessed
be
with
here.
snow, and we didn't get the last part of this season snow, I think.
And we are blessed
You are
with
more blessed.
Amherst Media
Yes.
for capturing the spirit of this community. We
Yes,
thank them
and-
very much.
And thank you, dear viewers, for watching this show. May we all be in best of health and spirit. Goodbye for today.